So, contracts. Do you have contracts? I like the contracts to be relatively simple. I'll build your patio for $2,000, and you're going to pay me 50% before we start and 50% upon completion. You want it to be relatively simple. And the reason why I say that, remember, when I did a $22.9 million project for Atlantic Richfield, that contract was 1.5 inches thick, small print, single spaced. I hate to tell you this, I never read it. It had so much legal stuff in there that I'm telling you, I'm not that good a reader. I just couldn't read that and grasp it. But it kept showing up, whatever the project engineer. So finally I went to Larimer Square down in Denver, and I talked with a guy by the name of Ed Novak, who was the engineer, and I started talking to him about the project and started talking to him about the reference to the project engineer. And I said, well, it sounds to me like if I do what you want me to do, we'll be okay. He said, that's right. So I did what he wanted me to do, and it turned out good. I would like to see you have a contract on every little job that you do. Identify what that job's going to be. What agreements did you make? How much money is it going to cost? And then how are you handling money? Ladies and gentlemen, do not be bashful about talking about money. Remember, it's the lifeblood of your business. If somebody wants you to look, there's two types of dollars, hard-earned dollars and soft dollars. Your hard dollars and soft dollars. Your hard-earned dollars, you've made some money, put it in the bank, yes? Then I want you to go get your money and build my patio, and then you hope that I pay you? Is there anything wrong in that picture? You didn't sell it right. No, this patio is going to look great. I'll tell you what, I can get that lumber delivered over here. That's going to cost about $600 and some dollars. Then we've got the concrete. I'm going to need about $1,000. And don't say another word. Don't flinch. Don't make any apologies whatsoever. A check. I'm going to have that crew coming over here Monday, and then I would take it somewhere else. I'd say, what was your first name? Ted? I'd say, Ted, now do you want to talk to the neighbors about the concrete truck being in the alley early in the morning, or do you want me to talk to them? And which day is better to get started, Monday or Tuesday? See, I don't care whether it's Monday, or I don't care whether it's Tuesday. And then we're going to have it done by Friday, so you may as well hit Sears and get you one of them big old barbecuers, because I'm going to bring some steaks and we're going to have a patio here. And, just keep the thing going. But I would have a contract that said that I got a certain amount of money up front. I'm not taking my hard dollars, hard-earned dollars, and buy your floor and then hope you pay me. You're going to be walking on it for years, and I'm going to be out here on a park bench. And soft dollars are your sweat. If you're going to risk anything, you risk your sweat. But you got this lifestyle cost thing, so you don't even want to put that at much jeopardy. So make your contracts relatively simple. Let me point out, there's 3 things that you could do. I know, I'm always like this. There's 3 things you could do when you are discussing money with people, or if you have a problem with getting your money, or if you have to go to a small claims court. There's 3 things you always need to talk about, and it puts you in the best position to get paid. The first thing is that you have the legal term is a covenant of good faith. What that means is you have an understanding. You want a patio? That's amazing. That's what I do. I build patios. Well, hey, you want me to build yours? Yeah, I want you. So you have an understanding. A gentleman's agreement, a handshake, a contract, but you did agree. Yes? So you have to establish that you agreed to that. Your Honor, I went out there, his house is blistering hot out there, his wife was complaining about the sun coming through the kitchen window, he wanted a patio, I gave him a price for it, and we agreed, we had an understanding. Okay? Number 2, now the legal term is detrimental reliance. What that means is I relied on you. I went out and bought the lumber, I bought the concrete, I used all my tools, I brought some help over here. I relied on you to my detriment. And now look, I've made all of this work, all of these expenses, and you're not paying me. So it's called detrimental reliance. I relied on you. I relied on our agreement. And the third thing is the legal term, benefit of the bargain. Look, you got your patio, Scott. What do I have out of this? You got a nice new tile floor. What do I get out of this? Your house is painted inside and out. What did I get out of this? So in any conversation with an owner, of course, when you're talking to the owner, you have a low key, low profile, never raise your voice, and don't talk fast. And say, well, I thought we had an understanding. Didn't you want the patio? Didn't you want the floor tile? Yeah? Well, I thought we had that understanding. And then I relied on it. I mean, man, I put my family's income in harm's way. I did everything that I could. I relied on that, man. Soft, appealing, understanding. I got to have my money. You got the tile floor. Not everything is perfect, but this is nice. You won't bring anybody in here that doesn't say, this is not nice, this is nice. So those are the things. You're in a small claim court, Your Honor. We had an understanding. Here's a picture where the house without a patio. Here's a picture with the patio. We had an understanding, a covenant of good faith. We shook hands on the deal. We signed contracts. And I relied on it. I took my money and I invested that, and I relied on my skill. And I brought people in. And all I want is the benefit of the bargain. He got the patio, I get the money. Those are 3 things right there that in a conversation will keep things from going south in a conversation if you approach that right. So your contracts need to identify those things so that if you have to feed it back to the contract or back to the homeowner if they're upset about something, or if you're talking and arbitrating, you always cover those 3 things. They're common, it's common law. And those things will help position you.